Hello and welcome to Showcase, where I'll be bringing you a wide range of art from in and around the Brisbane area. My name is Kaylee Jade, and on today's show I will introduce you to an Aboriginal artist, Shane Ambram, to talk about what being an artist means to him. And stay tuned for Lydia's interview with musician Nicolette Harper, and for a special treat, we'll have her perform later in the show. But for now, I'll take you behind the scenes of Ipswich Musical Theatre's production of Strictly Ballroom.
2, 1, action. C, V, angle.
My name's Terry Cook and I play the part of Ken Railings, and he's the aging Lothario in the musical. So he's trying vainly to hold on to his career. This is my first role, first time in a musical and on stage doing that side of things. My background though is I danced competitive ballroom dancing at an international level and also at a national level, and we did quite well, but we gave that away to go into the business and family life a bit more. So yeah, so it's been a while since I've danced at that level, but it's all sort of coming back and it's going quite well. A good friend of mine suggested that we do it and come and have a crack, and yeah, it's been great. It's been everything that I've expected. In my 30-odd year career of dancing, there's certainly been many split pants and everything, but yeah, it's, I don't know, I think yes, I have had embarrassing moments whilst doing the show or the rehearsals for the show. However, nothing really springs to mind because it is such a welcoming and supportive environment that everybody creates here. Nothing really sort of sticks as like, oh no, sort of moment, you know what I mean? The greatest moment in dance is probably just hitting a step that you've been working on for ages and getting it right, and that there is that euphoric feeling or the intrinsic feeling of it is something that is amazing. That just getting that step. Committing to do something like this, you really need to be there when you need to be there, rather than just flitting in and out. And to give that level of commitment takes a lot away from family life and all that sort of stuff. So who knows? Maybe if the right role comes up again, but at the moment, this will be it for us for a while at least, anyway. So I run a construction company, Top Cat Constructions. We do commercial work, residential renovations, and also 50% partnership in a mobile mechanic business, Drive Right Mechanical. So we run 2 companies, and we've got 4 kids and my wife. So yeah, life is busy. If you Google Dance Sport Australia, that will bring up a litany of different studios in and around the Brisbane area, Toowoomba, Ipswich, all of those areas. They all have dance studios, and you can contact the teachers there and go into medals, competitions, or even just wedding waltzes and all that sort of stuff. And it is a fantastic place to meet prospective partners and whatnot. I know I certainly met my wife at dancing, so yes, and the rest is history.
My name is Russell Reynolds and I play Doug, or Scott's father, in Strictly Ballroom. Doug, well, Doug is a bit of a sad character. He has suffered a previous trauma in his life and withdrawn into himself. The beauty of this production is that through the whole thing, you actually get to see Doug come out of himself and realise the direction that life needs to go in, rather than the direction that his life has gone in, and he makes a change. I have just come back to musical theatre after a long absence. About 5 years ago I started with the Empire Theatre in Toowoomba in The Wizard of Oz. I've tried to do one every year since then. I played Von Trapp in Sound of Music, President Roosevelt in a production of Annie, and most recently I did Ipswich Musical Theatre's production of Are You Being Served? And that brought me to this production. Oh, well, I was acting from a young age when I was a boy. Life got in the way for very many years, and I was absent for about 30 years and just came back to it in the last 7 or 8 years. Well, I like the dad roles, particularly the older dad, the wiser dad, the one who has older children. And I do like a bit of comedy, so the clueless dad, I enjoy that show too. I walked out on stage and I was supposed to be microphoned up for a song, and I did the entire song without the microphone, and then the production manager came out on the loudspeaker. This was pre-rehearsals, and he came out and said, "Are you missing something?" And it was then that I realised that I hadn't mic'd up for the entire show. Well, I plan to do at least one production every year. I do love musical theatre. Unfortunately, there's not as much money in musical theatre in Australia as there should be, but I do try to keep that part of my brain going, and as long as the audiences enjoy it, I'll be there on the stage.
For more information about future shows and to view past performance photo galleries, head to ipswichmusicaltheatrecompany.com.au. And now, Shane is in his studio to talk about the stories behind his paintings.
When I first started, it was just more of learning the whole compassion, or the feeling about moving paint around a canvas. Now I can actually tell my stories and what an actual painting is worth. The line of a picture says 1,000 words. Well, mine is I can now put it, and hopefully that other people will get to feel the emotions, see the emotions, and understand why I've done certain colours, certain movements and stuff like that. I started painting in 2016. I'm originally from Innisfail, North Queensland. Now I've moved to Brisbane 21 years ago. I came down here, I was so angry, with being at home and being with my friends and stuff, and just didn't want to be around the world. And then he said, well, don't come down here complaining. Pick up a paintbrush and start painting. So I did, and it was only a little piece of canvas about this big, and wow, even I shocked myself, so it was pretty cool. The whole aspect of culture, from the learning of spreading and connecting to everyone or everywhere. I mean, that whole thing with art, with like I said before, the picture says 1,000 words. I've seen paintings, I've been to galleries, and I've traveled to Sri Lanka. I went to Bali, and I look at all of these different styles in Malaysia and Indonesia, and then I go to Sri Lanka, and then I look at the whole movement of paintings over there, and then you come here, you go to New Zealand, and you look at those different styles. And yes, with culture and with painting, it is really, that's what makes it. When I don't know how to talk properly, I don't know how to explain myself properly, but when I do in a painting, I say a few things and people feel the full force of that painting. Art is something that people can escape to. I mean, if we push the real true value of Indigenous art, or just the connecting art, whether you're, whatever culture you come from, and you understand that it starts to give you self-worth and belonging, and it allows you to grow. It allows you to say, hey, I'm not that person anymore. I am this person, and these are my stories, and I get to grow. And did you know that I found out recently, and stuff like that. And they build their characteristics within their paintings. And it allows them to belong, become, and to be better, I suppose, as people.
What a talented man. You can find Shane's paintings on bluethumb.com.au. Now to Lydia, who sat down to talk with performer Nicolette Harper about her journey and how to make a start in such a tough industry. Also, stay tuned for her performance at the end of today's show.
Are you an aspiring musician who is trying to figure out how to get started in your career? Today we are talking to musician Nicolette Harper about your career. Hi Nicolette, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So how long have you been playing music and what instruments do you play?
I have been playing or singing music since I was about 5 or 6 years old, just singing around the house. I started playing guitar when I was in year 9, and then I only started playing piano 18 months ago. During high school I played violin and flute in the concert band and stuff like that, but yeah.
What kind of instrument do you focus on now mainly?
Mainly now I sing and play piano. They're my two mains.
So how would you describe your sound as an artist?
I'm still figuring that out for myself at the moment. I write a lot of originals, but I hear them for someone else. I don't see myself as being that kind of artist. I also do a lot of covers as well, acoustically. So yeah, trying to find who I want to be is still, I think it's a process, and it just keeps continuing as you grow as a person.
What have you been doing to try to find who Nicolette is?
Just live life. Go through things, how you deal with them, write about them, get them out, and eventually you'll figure out who you're meant to be.
Do you take those and put it towards your music then, like any life events that occur?
Yeah, definitely. All the songs I write are because something's happened and I can't stop thinking about it, or I just need to get it out. So, you know, smash out a song and hopefully never think about that issue again.
Just block it out.
Exactly, it's gone, it's done.
So when performing and trying to get in front of an audience, how are you trying to get yourself noticed?
Well, social media plays a large role in trying to get your name out there. I post little covers on Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing. I've started gigging around Brisbane with a friend of mine, just playing at little cafes, that kind of stuff. Just starting out is the hardest part, trying to, you know, get a regular spot, get regular people that want to hear you. But yeah, it's just keep going. Got to keep going with it.
Have you been able to make good connections?
Connections in the industry in Brisbane, bit harder, especially for young people. If you're scared to go out and approach agencies or pubs or cafes, it's just, you've got to be so fierce in going out there and saying, this is what I do, listen to me, like please, like you're almost begging, but not in a desperate way, but you've just got to keep pushing, like you can't be timid about it.
To musicians who are scared and who are timid to put themselves out there, what advice do you have for them?
Start small, like go to a cafe that you know only gets a couple of people in, like of an afternoon, and just ask if you can sit in the corner and just play for an hour, and accept the fact that you won't get paid, or you'll get paid very little, or you might just get, you know, a coffee or something to be there, but it's all practice. Treat everything as practice, every performance, every gig as practice for the next one.
When picturing your future, what is the dream goal that you have? Like, where do you really want to see yourself?
I have multiple dreams and goals, and they change from, you know, day to day. Depends really. At the moment, or something I've been really striving for, is to be a backup singer. I know it sounds really basic, but to be a part of a working band like that travels around touring, supporting other musicians, writing arrangements, harmonies, that kind of thing, in a professional environment is pretty much the goal for me.
So what's the next step for you as an artist?
You know, I'm only 22, just turned 22, just started out gigging in the last, 6 months. I know I have a lot of room to grow. I know I've got so much to learn, so much practice to put in. So I just got to keep working at it, got to keep practicing, got to keep writing, and know that I'm not going to wake up tomorrow in the position of my dreams. It's going to take time, and knowing that I've got time is a good thing as well, because you just can't rush it.
Well, that's all we have time for today, but make sure you head over to our Facebook page to find out more about our guests and to see exclusive content. And as promised, Nicolette will be performing her original song, Beautiful Lie. Here's Nicolette.
I think you should leave now. This isn't for the best. My hair's a mess, the bed's a mess. I'm not one to give a second chance. It was a beautiful lie, baby. I really fell hard this time. Save me. You've told it so many times. It was a beautiful lie. This time. The nights were cold before you, but grew colder when you were here. Make-believe memories you promised me you'd never leave, you'd stay with me just for tonight. It was a beautiful lie, baby. I really fell hard this time. Save me. You've told it so many times. It was a beautiful lie. This time, maybe I told you too much. Maybe I scared you away. Open my heart with no way to save it. It was a beautiful lie. I really fell hard this time. You've told it so many times, baby. It was a beautiful